My name's Bill and I'm an alcoholic, and this share is called You're Drunk. Drinking and drinking to excess may or may not point to someone being an alcoholic. The real description for an alcoholic is simple. There isn't one. It's certainly not just someone who drinks too much, because drinking too much is what heavy drinkers do. It isn't even if you have a tipple of sherry at Christmas. If it were about how much you drank, then the solution would be to stop drinking. That's obvious. It's actually something more diverse and interesting than that. It's about something that isn't really explainable, nor can it be written in 1,000 pages. Because alcoholism is a disease of wanting and not wanting. It's a disease of more or less. It's a disease of trying a lot and succeeding in much less. When I drank, silly things happened, horrible things happened, and I ended up getting resentful and angry. And therein brings me to the best description of an alcoholic of our type I know, and it's this. I ended up not wanting to be me anymore. Now, that may not seem a useful or conclusive description of alcoholism, but after 25 years, that's pretty much what it all boiled down to. Drinking to excess, upsetting people, getting loud and obnoxious, and not being invited anywhere anymore are just the building blocks of alcoholism. So if you see someone drinking and changing into someone you don't recognise, that's quite normal. And if you see somebody drinking and doing something that's embarrassing and creepy, that's quite normal too. And if you see someone getting into debt and crashing their car, that's also quite normal. But that person then has to go home at the end of the night and go home with everything that's happened. And the only way to deal with all that's happened and happened in that day, it becomes the deal breaker of an alcoholic. They end up with deep-seated guilt. Now that's alcoholism. You'll never hear it being described as such, but it is. Because deep-seated guilt is altogether a too easy and simplistic description. But this is alcoholism, believe me. So not liking yourself, coupled with the deep-seated guilt, is alcoholism. The end. Bill the Shirt, Bristol.